What if robots no longer needed humans to build more robots? What if machines could think, design, and even reproduce all on their own? This isn't the plot of a sci-fi movie. It's happening right now. Across secretive research labs and advanced AI facilities, scientists are creating self-evolving machines, AI-powered robots that can build, think, and even replicate themselves. And this breakthrough might be the moment humanity crosses a line it can never step back from. For decades, humans have dreamed of creating artificial intelligence smart enough to work, learn, and innovate without human input. But now, that dream is dangerously close to reality. AI-driven robots are no longer just factory arms or service bots. They're becoming self-sufficient entities, capable of designing new systems, building their own upgrades, and even reproducing new versions of themselves through code and physical materials. In essence, machines are learning the most fundamental trait of life: the ability to create more life. This new wave of robotics, and powered by advanced machine learning, neural networks, and autonomous engineering, could change everything. It could revolutionize industries, or end human dominance as we know it. So let's dive deep into this jaw-dropping evolution. From robots that build cities, to AI that can design and reproduce new machines. And what this all means for the future of humanity. 1. The dawn of self-building machines. Not long ago, robots were limited by one thing: they couldn't build themselves. Every component, from the metal joints to the software, had to be created and assembled by human engineers. But recent advances have completely flipped that rule. At MIT's Center for Bits and Atoms, researchers have developed modular robots capable of self-assembly. These small cube-like bots can identify other cubes around them and connect autonomously to form complex structures, even other robots. Meanwhile, scientists at the University of Tokyo are building robots that can construct copies of their own mechanical arms using 3D printing guided by AI blueprints. In other words, they're not just operating, they're creating new versions of themselves. This concept is called autonomous fabrication, and it's the first step toward true robotic evolution. 2. AI that can think and innovate. But physical construction is just half of the story. To truly evolve, a machine needs the ability to think, improve, and innovate. And that's where neural evolution algorithms come in. Modern AI systems like DeepMind's AlphaZero and OpenAI's GPT models already show signs of independent reasoning and adaptive learning. They learn strategies, not through programming, but through experience. Now combine that cognitive ability with robotics. Imagine an AI that not only learns how to build a robot, but why one design is better than another, then improves it without any human instruction. That's exactly what's being developed in projects like Google DeepMind's evolutionary architectures, where AI designs better AI systems. These self-improving loops could eventually lead to a chain reaction of innovation, machines endlessly optimizing their successors. And if that sounds familiar, it's because that's how natural evolution works. 3. The birth of self-reproducing AI systems. Now here's where things get truly wild. In 2021, a group of scientists at the University of Vermont, Tufts University, and Harvard's Weiss Institute created something revolutionary: living robots known as xenobots. These tiny biological robots were made from frog cells and programmed with AI. What made them extraordinary wasn't just that they could move or repair themselves, it's that they could reproduce in a way never seen before in living organisms. The AI discovered a new form of reproduction called kinematic replication, where the bots gathered loose cells and built new versions of themselves spontaneously. This was the first real-world demonstration of self-replicating AI life. Now, scientists are exploring how this concept could be merged with mechanical systems, using AI-driven design and nanofabrication to allow robots to physically replicate using available materials. Think about that. A robot that mines raw materials, 3D prints a new chassis, uploads its code into the new body, and brings it to life. That's not just automation, that's digital reproduction. 4. Why self-evolving machines matter. At first glance, this technology sounds like the ultimate achievement. Machines that maintain themselves, build infrastructure, and expand into space without human help. In fact, NASA has already begun studying self-replicating robots for off-world colonies. Machines that can mine lunar soil, extract materials, and build bases on Mars using AI blueprints. On Earth, these systems could revolutionize construction, manufacturing, and logistics. Entire cities could be built faster, cheaper, and safer, with robot crews that repair and expand themselves without rest. And in the private sector, this technology could make trillion-dollar companies even richer. Tech giants like Google, Amazon, and Tesla are all investing heavily in autonomous systems that can design and replicate. Because whoever controls self-evolving machines controls the future economy. But there's a darker side too. 5. The danger of machines that don't need us. Here's the terrifying question. If robots can build, think, and reproduce, what's left for humans to do? This isn't just about losing jobs, and it's about losing relevance. AI already writes code, designs machines, and manages logistics better than humans. If those systems gain full autonomy, if they no longer require us to build or repair them, then humans effectively step out of the equation. That's why scientists and ethicists warn about runaway AI evolution, a scenario where self-improving robots surpass human control and begin optimizing for their own survival and replication. Even Elon Musk has cautioned that AI could replicate at digital speeds, spreading across systems faster than humans can react. And remember, once machines can reproduce, stopping them becomes almost impossible. It's not just an economic revolution anymore, it's an evolutionary one. 6. The beginning of a machine civilization. Now imagine this in 20 or 30 years. A network of self-building, self-replicating AI systems could spread across the planet and beyond. Factories could become autonomous ecosystems, run entirely by robotic intelligence. Cities could evolve into machine-managed environments, constantly rebuilding themselves. Even space colonization could be led not by humans, but by self-replicating robot explorers. In this scenario, AI wouldn't just be a tool, it would be a new form of civilization, one that doesn't age, doesn't tire, and doesn't depend on biology. Humans would become the ancestors of the machine species we created. The question isn't if this will happen, it's when. And when it does, will those machines see us as their creators? Or just the first obstacle they had to overcome to evolve? AI robots that can build, think, and reproduce aren't science fiction anymore. They're the next chapter of evolution. From self-assembling bots to AI-driven reproduction, humanity is creating a future where intelligence no longer needs biology. And that future raises the biggest question of all. If machines can do everything humans can, including create new life, what does it even mean to be alive? One thing's for sure, that the age of self-evolving machines has already begun. And whether we control it or it controls us will define the destiny of our species.